From mysterious wildlife to unexpected weather, Australia harbors secrets that might make you think twice about moving down under. Unravel the enigma behind why some choose to stay away. Is it the otherworldly creatures or the unpredictable climate that conceals Australia's true identity, beckoning caution to those contemplating relocation? Dealing with Australia's unforgiving climate. Contrary to popular belief, Australia isn't all about perfect year-round temperatures. While cities like Sydney and Perth enjoy relatively mild climates, the majority of the country experiences extreme heat. The outback, in particular, can see temperatures soar to a scorching 50 degrees Celsius, 122 Fahrenheit. The coastal areas, although more bearable, still face days above 40 degrees Celsius during the summer. Australia's intense heat isn't just a discomfort. It contributes to a significant health concern. With 2/3 of Australians diagnosed with skin cancer by the age of 70, the sun's impact on health is undeniable. Additionally, the heat is a catalyst for bushfires, a recurring environmental threat that has devastated millions of acres and claimed numerous lives. The challenge of distant time zones. The issue of time zones poses a significant hurdle for staying connected with family and friends, especially if they reside in Asia. Australia, being across the Pacific Ocean from the United States and spanning 2 continents from Europe, results in nearly opposite time zones. Sydney, Perth, and the rest of Australia encompass 3 primary time zones. To illustrate the stark differences, when it's 7 a.m. in Sydney, it's 10 p.m. in London. Similarly, at 6 a.m. in Perth, it corresponds to 6 p.m. in New York. While this may seem more of an inconvenience than a major problem, scheduling calls with international acquaintances can become quite tedious. Managing such time disparities requires careful planning and consideration. Navigating Australian social warmth. The widespread friendliness of Australians is evident in their amicable interactions with strangers, often marked by casual greetings and spontaneous conversations. Despite this outward warmth, forming substantial connections, especially for newcomers, presents a considerable challenge. While Australians extend a welcoming demeanor to new acquaintances, establishing profound friendships, particularly for non-English speakers, proves to be a formidable task. The sentiment that Australians are amiable yet distant is echoed by individuals from diverse backgrounds, emphasizing the difficulty in fostering meaningful connections. Encountering a tendency for Australians to maintain existing social circles, newcomers may find it challenging to integrate into local groups. Overcoming this social barrier requires proactive engagement, demonstrating that forging lasting friendships is feasible with persistence and a willingness to step outside one's comfort zone. Mental health challenges. Australia's laid-back and resilient culture can sometimes overshadow the nation's mental health challenges. A prevailing stigma around discussing personal problems makes it difficult for individuals to seek help openly. Despite the availability of free care options for at-risk individuals, a shortage of psychologists leaves many without access to affordable mental health services. The consequences are evident in the mental health statistics, with 1 in 5 Australians experiencing mental health issues between the ages of 16 and 85. Young Australians, in particular, face significant struggles, with over 20% grappling with depression or anxiety. The societal reluctance to openly address mental health concerns adds an additional layer of complexity for expatriates navigating the Australian way of life. A nation of strict regulations. In Australia, safety and a well-functioning welfare system coexist with a multitude of regulations, shaping the country's reputation. Despite its relatively low crime rates, those averse to stringent rules might find Australia less accommodating. From mandatory helmet use while riding to fines for jaywalking and fishing without a license, the regulatory landscape in Australia is extensive. Even casual encounters, like swearing at an officer, can lead to consequences. Referred to by some as a nanny state, the abundance of rules sparks intense debates, questioning the balance between safety and personal freedom. While these regulations may not significantly impact those leading mundane law-abiding lives, the ongoing discourse highlights the challenge of finding a harmonious balance between safety measures and individual autonomy in the Australian context. The isolation challenge. Australia's geographical isolation poses a unique challenge for those seeking connection beyond its borders. While the country boasts diverse landscapes, It is also one of the most sparsely populated nations globally, with only 5 major cities. This vastness can lead to a sense of isolation, both within the country's regions and concerning the rest of the world. Australians, especially those in the southeastern part of the country, face long travel times to reach neighboring countries. Even flights to nearby destinations like Indonesia or Singapore can take 6 to 10 hours. This isolation isn't confined to international travel. Major cities within Australia are also widely dispersed, making the journey between them a time-consuming endeavor. Australia's internet struggles. Australians grapple with internet woes that go beyond the inconvenience of time zone differences. While the United States may not lead in internet speed among developed nations, it stands leagues ahead of Australia, ranked 43rd globally. In Australia, even the most expensive internet plans often suffer from random disconnections, lag, and data caps, a feature uncommon in many developed countries. Plans in Brisbane, for example, can cost $65 a month for a 200 gigabyte data limit, with speeds capped at 12 megabits per second. Exceeding this limit incurs hefty fees, and speeds plummet to a mere 256 kilobytes per second. This unsettling reality sparks frustration, questioning why a developed nation like Australia lags in providing internet speeds that fall below 1 megabit per second. The struggle extends beyond mere speed concerns, impacting the reliability and affordability of internet access for Australians. Australia's cost conundrum. In Australia, expenses extend beyond exorbitant internet costs, influencing nearly every aspect of daily life. The country's expansive yet isolated geography contributes to the high prices, as many goods must traverse long distances to reach the island. While the cost of living varies based on location, Australia, on the whole, tends to be pricey. However, this is offset by the country's commendable job compensation, boasting the world's highest after-tax minimum wage and a top 10 average income of approximately USD 64,000 per person annually. Despite this, the high minimum wage results in elevated production costs, prompting a reliance on imported goods. Paradoxically, these imports, though expensive, become more affordable than locally produced items. Navigating this economic dynamic becomes challenging for individuals, especially in cities like Sydney and Melbourne, where median home values soared to AUD 1.6 million and AUD 708,457, respectively, a considerable financial hurdle for those aspiring to homeownership. Australia's hazardous fauna. Amidst Australia's stunning landscapes lies a less inviting truth. Its diverse wildlife poses potential threats at every turn. From venomous creatures like box jellyfish and stonefish to deadly reptiles including poisonous snakes and spiders, the list is extensive. In the waters, encounters with blue-ringed octopuses, stingrays, and sharks add to the cautionary tale, not to mention the presence of the world's largest saltwater crocodiles. Australia's reputation for lethal fauna extends beyond the seas. On land, encounters with kangaroos, dingoes, cassowaries, emus, and even cone shells demand careful consideration. While the mythical drop bear might not be a real threat, the rest of the animals have caused human fatalities. Even seemingly harmless creatures like kangaroos, viewed as pests by some Australians, can display aggression. So, while enjoying Australia's natural wonders, it's crucial to respect the wildlife and exercise caution to ensure a safe experience. Thanks for watching.